We started off in Namibia. Fred and I and my wife Jennifer and a group of couples traveled to Namibia. Got to spend time there hunting, and I was able to take a very nice old kudu and a golden gemsbuck with Fred there, getting to see that country where I had been all around that area, but not with the Burchell family's game ranch there. And so that was a great experience. All those couples that were on that trip all did well and were completely amazed by the scenery and the service and the animals. And so that first little kickoff to this safari was a tremendous amount of fun and a big success. We've made it here to Frontier Safaris. Our group is settling in, and we're going to go down and check out my room. Well, here we are at my room, and you can see, without even going in the room, it's fantastic because of the view. Look at the view here. You could never get tired of that. Come on in. Well, this will be my room for the next 10 days, so let's come check it all out. I don't think we'll be roughing it here, so there's plenty of good hunting that lies ahead, but well, when we're here in camp, we're just pretty much spoiled. Got to Johannesburg and met the South Africa group. We just happened to have perfect timing and wind up at baggage claim together, and made our way here to Port Elizabeth. And Fred and I, we had a plan. We were going to go hunt a buffalo. I've been here many times, and the buffalo live up in these mountains and are very challenging. All the hot food up there, all kinds of salads and stuff. Okay, yes. Phuket.
Sticks is perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's perfect, about 2 inches high.
Okay.
So if he's charging, aim for the nose.
Aim for the nose. And then shoot the farthest gongs and see everything's right.
Stand here for the sun.
Incorrect.
Perfect.
So much shooting off that.
Yeah, it's just outside the suburbs.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this day. Lord, we thank you so much for the rain that's turned this place around, Lord. What a beautiful thing it is to see some water, see some green grass, especially this time of year. What a blessing that is to these people here, Lord, and to these animals. So we thank you for that very, very much. Pray you also send rain to all of us at our homes, Lord, and we thank you for what you've given us. Lord, I thank you for this land. I thank you for these animals. I thank you for this adventure. This time we get to spend, get to know new people, make new friends. Lord, what a blessing it is to be here. Pray you just watch over our every step. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Spotted buffalo, just like always, early morning, out in the side of these mountains grazing, and it's a very short period of time before they're back in the thick stuff, and then you've kind of got a tracking job, or maybe just having to wait for evening to come and hope they come out. But Fred was able to spot some, and we found the one old lone bull, and the wind was right, and we went straight up the mountain. Seems to be in our face.
Yeah. They've come down the mountain. Normally they come across the face. So we're just going to walk slowly forward. The wind is in our favor. Then we'll get them zombie to walk with us to help us track. Okay. So just make sure your gun is ready. Yes. Okay. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Take him again. Take him again. The first shot was perfect. Second one also a good shot.
Looked like it was pretty good. We're gonna go see here in a minute. Oh my gosh.
What did I say to you? On the first day, how lucky is that?
That's very lucky to see the one bull with the cows. And I'm shaking. And then to get in there on them and get that one cow blow out and have that excitement, and then to find this big old thin bull up here and to come from
900 yards away.
gee, far.
We first spotted him, I think, to there is probably about a mile. And you can see when I saw him, I could see he was pretty skinny. I don't know if you could see.
Yeah. When I got up here, I could see.
He's pretty skinny. Yeah, but
But
brilliant shooting.
Straight up the mountain first morning. Thanks a lot, Fred.
That's all good.
Straight
Well
up the
done.
mountain.
This is how we meant to do buffalo hunting on foot.
What can you say about
And
the
you can
view?
see what they do. Look how beautiful this grass is now after
Yeah,
the rain.
fresh.
And you could see all the track we bumped. I think it was a buffalo that we bumped at that water. And they come
Yeah, I
up here
heard
and
them.
they feed on this. This is called what we call a sour grass. So I hope that heart rate was pumping. That'll definitely be the oldest bull that you shoot.
Very old. Very old. But now we found that little spring down there, and that's where something busted out. So
Yeah.
it's no wonder that's like where they drink.
Yeah, that water is very, very fresh. I don't know if you could see there's another
Running.
stream feeding it as well.
Yeah.
And plenty of track. So
Fresh water.
this bull, he definitely had a good life here. Old male.
Spent his days hiding out in all that thick stuff, and then grazing up here mostly at night, and then
Yeah.
just early morning still kind of working his way, back to the bushes for the daytime. And with a little bit of topography change there, where we were behind a little ridge and got up above him, and I was able to take him with my double gun, and that was really fun. It was a challenging shot for a double rifle. It was 82 yards, and I was shooting my 450 400 and was able to put 2 shots in him, and he was just down.
Alrighty, Uncle Phil, this morning we started just after 7. We spotted our first herd. Literally the first 10 minutes, we did a stalk on them. Saw a nice hard boss bull. We couldn't see how good his spread was. They left. We got about 15 yards from a female while you guys were looking at track, and then we spotted this one from a mile away. Got a flat tire in between. Tell us a little bit about the stalk.
There were so many points in this morning that I figured we're kind of done. We got in on the one herd, and then the cows kind of had calves, and it was getting dangerous. And then that one split off, and then we decided to go a different way, and we spot this one, and then thinking we have just the right timing early morning to get over somewhere and make a plan, and then we cut a tire, and then we had to change the tire, and then I was glassing and I couldn't see him, and then somehow you found him again, and we were able to get up here. But no, I was committed to putting in 10 days to get one of these bulls, because I've hunted with you so many times and you just don't see them unless you're really going after them. They're so smart, they're so nocturnal, they just don't give you a lot of opportunities. And for us to be able to come up here and do this extreme climb early this morning, and to get in
the
here
heart rate up,
and just have a little place we could get to with the wind right and get close enough to make a shot with the double gun, I don't know what to say. It's an unbelievable start to this safari that we just started today, day 1.
well, luckily, I always tell you, you're a very, very good shot, and what makes it even better, you're a good hunter. You get a lot of guys that are good shots, but they may not be good hunters. You got good, what I call bush knowledge. You know where to walk, how to walk. These animals, they're incredibly awake. They've got very good sense of smell. The eyesight isn't great, but hearing, they're very good. And what makes it very difficult here on the mountain, there's a lot of these little saddles. So luckily, he's pretty old bull. He wasn't with a lot of others. If he was with more than one, it would have made it incredibly difficult. But look at the boss on him. We'll maybe get some footage of there where he was stabbed in the horn by another bull.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's a bit skinny, I don't know, but this is a perfect buffalo bull to take. And on day 1,
Old bull with injuries on the side of the mountain. What else could you ask for? Thanks, Fred.
well done, Uncle Phil. Great shooting.
always brilliant to have the dangerous animal hit the dirt and not move and not cause you any trouble. But getting photos up on the side of that mountain, that was a fun time as well. And then the big question mark is, how do you get the buffalo off the mountain? And so we had to make a plan for that.
Scope focal forward.
Thank you, Barry, and your family and everyone here for putting on a great first day. And I think we're just getting our legs under us here, but wow, what all the things that have happened today. So,
And thank you, Philip, for putting this together.
Yes. Thank you, Philip.
Cheers to the buffalo. Yeah. Well, thank you for your kind words, and it's my pleasure to be a facilitator to get you all to come on something that is near and dear to my heart, and that is hunting here in Africa and just spending time with these people in this place. So with that said, let's say a blessing and let's enjoy this wonderful meal that they've prepared for us. And then we kind of ground to a halt for a couple of days trying to chase monkeys and baboons. And so that took a little bit of time, a little hard luck, and those things, their eyes are so good they can see you from so far. And then we're out early in the morning on a very cold and windy day, and we're going to hunt bontebok today. One of those animals that I've always been fascinated by, but just never had the opportunity to pursue. So we're going to see what this wind will do for us. I'm sure it's not doing very good for our audio quality right now.
It's alright, it'll help us with the stalk. Cameraman, are you warm enough there? You got 6 beanies on. I think this morning the cameraman got cold, we didn't even know he had muscles.
Here we go. The bontebok is one of those things that I've been very interested in. I remember seeing them on my first trip here in the 90s and hearing the conservation story of them and how they were just nearly extinct. They were just nearly gone, like several different species that we're now able to hunt through hunters' dollars. Those bontebok are plentiful, and they'd be more plentiful if Fish and Wildlife didn't have so many regulations on permitting to try to get them home. I mean, it's basically just a blessed buck with some different coloration.
Exactly.
Cousin to a blessed buck, which is a super common animal here with no issues importing. super cold, super windy. Not the best hunting weather, but we were able to get in on these things and get a chance to look them over because the wind kind of had them down low, and then they saw us and ran, and we were able to just get down and try to make a shot in the wind, and the wind moved the bullet a lot more than I thought it was going to. So it's a really neat opportunity to be able to hunt an animal like this. It's such a conservation success story. These things were just nearly gone some years ago, and now to see how they've just proliferated over the years, it's really neat to have that opportunity to come hunt something like this that has so much history behind it.
Yeah, an animal like this was nearly shot to extinction, but due to hunters like yourself, Uncle Phil, they've come back surprisingly, amazingly well. And hopefully one day the US Fish and Wildlife can speed up the process of importation. And it's crazy how people are making laws that don't spend time in the field. But well done. Brilliant shooting and a nice cold morning.
Very cold morning and challenging conditions with this wind, but to get in here and to get a chance on an animal like this is just, I couldn't be happier. What a beautiful, beautiful animal, and just a challenging day, but hey, we've made it work.
For some of the guys back home, do you want to maybe explain to them the difference between the Bontebok and the Blesbok?
Yeah, so the Bontebok and Blesbok are very similar animals. The Bontebok obviously has some coloration differences here that make it really unique. This white on the rump and the underline make it really unique, but like you mentioned with Fish and Wildlife, it's basically the same kind of animal.
Yeah.
And what is the guy going to raise on these game ranches? They're going to raise something that can be exported to the U.S., the common Blesbok, which is like sheep, there's so many of them, or would they want to raise something really special and really contribute to conservation by raising Bontebok? And so it's the fault of the Fish and Wildlife Service in the United States in their permitting process that this animal isn't even a bigger success story than it is right now. We're happy to be a part of the conservation success of this animal, and we're going to go, fight for our right to import this animal I've legally taken here and bring it back home, and look forward to that getting done.
Oh, well done.
Thank you, Fred. We're now going to try again for a vervet monkey. The wind and everything's not cooperating too well, but we're going to go give it a try. Go sit on some rocks over here and see if one comes in.
Majority is oranges, sometimes you'll get lemons. We use this to obviously supplement some of the game, and obviously for if Uncle Philip or whoever wants a monkey baboon, they can't resist this.
Pretty good way to use some waste citrus here to feed the wildlife. It's pretty interesting. they do things a little differently here in Africa. When they field dress an animal, most everything goes back to the camp. All of the organ meat, even the main stomach, is all cleaned out. Leave the grass here, take the whole stomach back. So it's just a matter of a few intestines. That's all that's left in the field. Everything else is eaten. Fred, you've got a lot of impala here, and there's some that need to be taken out, and there's some rams with the horn configuration that's not quite right, and so we kind of were on our way to do something else and hoping the wind would lay down, and we're able to get a few culls out of the way here.
Not bad for a morning. 4 cull rams. 3 of them we wanted to shoot. This one over here, he was the one that was stabbed in the stomach.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now in the rut, that's part of life. This isn't Disneyland and the Lion King. This is part of nature. If it wasn't for guys like you and us in the field, he would have died a very, very painful death and would have maybe taken 2 or 3 weeks. You could see that stomach was penetrated, and did some very good shooting, and it was a lot of fun this morning.
Definitely a lot of fun. So we'll have to go on and maybe look for some more.
Well done.
And then we kind of ground to a halt for a couple of days trying to chase monkeys and baboons. And so that took a little bit of time, a little hard luck, and those things, their eyes are so good they can see you from so far. And then vervet monkey is an interesting animal. There's plenty of them here, but then when you say that's what we're going after, we took days, like 3 days of hunting for a monkey, which most people say sounds silly because they're everywhere. You just take a shot when you see one, but we struggled a little bit, but I guess we needed to pay our dues even on that small animal. We were gonna sit in the blind this morning and see if monkeys decide to come to these tempting oranges and lemons in this big pile over here. So we're ready to hunker down and maybe shiver a little bit, but wait it out, see what kind of game shows up this morning. We got in, they were in some thick stuff, and one would come up every once in a while, and we just kept maneuvering and was able to get on those nice quad sticks and get a good rest and take a shot on that very small target. I wasn't gonna wait. I wasn't gonna wait any longer for a different shot though.
That monkey's got a chest infection.
They were just.
Yeah, it's amazing how they let you get to distance and then they just hide their head.
Yeah, you cannot get too close. Hardly enough to even evaluate them.
Exactly. How good is your tree climbing skills?
Yeah, that one I don't think it fell. I saw the tail still sitting
yeah,
there.
he's still in that tree.
We're gonna have to go shake the tree.
Old male. Let's take a look here
Yeah.
at his teeth. Yeah, check there. Yo, that must have been sore. Check how he's
Yeah.
got a broken tooth.
Yeah. Right there.
Old. Check that side
Yeah. compared to
versus
the other
that side.
Yeah.
Tinker.
Amazing.
See how heavy he is, eh?
Yeah, he's solid. This is a good sized one right here.
No, that's a proper size
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
They don't get much bigger than that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see as well, like they'll have broken fingers or pieces of their tail missing from fighting. But it's a beautiful, beautiful monkey.
Very interesting.
The birds will be happy. These things eat a lot of bird eggs and baby birds, like we were saying this morning.
Yeah, they
And
just go from tree to tree cleaning out all the bird nests
And even on a thin branch this size, they can still get. So there's no place in any tree that a bird can make a nest where they can't get to, and that's what makes them so unique.
yeah, absolutely.
It's-
Thanks a lot, Fred.
No problem. Well done. Great
It's
shooting.
been a few days of pursuit here. Finally got a big vervet monkey.
Yeah, the weather hasn't been playing up to us, but now with the sun, they're out in full force. And
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Beautiful, beautiful male. Well done again.
Very good. Thanks. Appreciate it.
One right by the orange pole.
Yeah, well
You're right, Fred. They can't resist the oranges. And they pick them out of the lemons. They only want the oranges for some reason. Whew, that was funny. They were fighting and carrying on, and they saw us at one point, but they didn't know what we were, so they couldn't resist the oranges.
No, they're addicted. It's such a good source of food. It's like McDonald's for us.
And they're funny to watch them fighting and screaming and carrying on. That's pretty funny. Well, let's go check it out.
No, they can't resist.
Lee.
Well done, Uncle Phil.
Thanks, Fred. That's a good one. That took a lot of patience and perseverance. Several days of trying to figure out a plan here, and they found these oranges and lemons, and we're getting after it.
They can't resist. It's such a good source of, and you can see it how they peel it like a human.
Yeah, they just peel it and then eat the middle.
It's amazing. And they're scratching through.
That's a really nice hair on this dude.
No, this is a proper one. I always
Fascinating.
have to manage these animals because, man, do they cause damage if you don't watch their populations.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just can't get over these teeth.
The teeth are just unreal.
I mean, imagine he bites you.
Oh yeah, you're
That'll-
in trouble.
That'll operate at 50 stitches a second. One of the leopard's favorite food, this.
Yeah.
Well done again, Uncle Phil.
Thanks
You
much.
got it done.
Appreciate it. Tell us about the Tsessebe hunt, Fred, and how that went and some things about that animal.
Well, a Tsessebe is a beautiful animal, pretty much a mixture between a red hartebeest and a blesbok. The horns come out to the side, very, very unique, almost like a half moon, like a cow. And we went up to Kimberley area, that's where they occur naturally. And
Find the old one. I mean, he had mud on his face, as you'll see. But another interesting thing, that's a tough animal like all of them here. He didn't want to bleed much, did he?
No, I mean,
perfect shot.
Alrighty, Uncle Phil, we did a good traveling today. Drove a couple hours to get this Tsessebe, a beautiful old bull. You can see how his tips have worn down. It's amazing at how tough these animals are. Hit him in the heart and he still ran about 50 yards, 150 yards shot. Tell us a bit about the hunt.
Well, it was really interesting. We had a difficult time finding some of these with the tall grass and the bushes that are so thick here. But we finally found one or two, and then a herd, and then there were springbuck and blesbok and all kinds of eyes on us. And we felt a little pinned down. And then some of these bulls were fighting and actually wound up coming our direction. So it was just a waiting game to wait to be in the right place, have the right window of opportunity, and then to get the chance to make a shot on an old bull like this with mud on his face. Having a really good time on this safari, Fred.
And to put the icing on the cake, you're the one that spotted them.
I did spot one of them, I sure did. They're very, very distinctive animal, and it's really neat to get to come up here to the Northern Cape and see some of these animals that are being restored to places that they used to be long, long ago. So what a beautiful place. Neat to see this country that's gotten some rain and has some good grass, and the veld's looking very good. So, well, we're going to be off to the next animal and just continue on with this really fun safari. Thanks, Fred.
Well done.
Well, this is my first time to come to the Northern Cape, and I really didn't know what to expect. I thought some of this country up here was just like flat, no trees and grass, and that couldn't have been further from the truth, Fred.
Yeah, as you can see, they've had a fire last year. A lot of the trees, sort of 8 foot high, have been burnt off, but it's created a lot of growth for this other stuff. So we came up all the way here to hunt for the Tsessebe and the common reedbuck, where we're going tomorrow. They've also been devastated by a fire, but this is where these things reside. You know, the Tsessebe do absolutely brilliantly here. Like you said, you've never been to the Northern Cape, and if it wasn't for hunters like you guys traveling to uncharted areas, they wouldn't exist. I don't know of many photographic people that go drive a couple hours to take a photo of 1 or 2 animals. It just doesn't happen. But you can see the grass is absolutely immaculate. They've had a great rainy season last year. How it works here, the summer is the raining season. Obviously we're in the winter now, we're the inverse of the US. So it's currently winter here, but the grass is absolutely immaculate and the animals are in incredible condition.
Yeah, it's tough to go through a fire, but the next year
you
have good rains, and this place just has a great turf of grass, and so it's just neat to see what a beautiful savanna and what a beautiful end to the first day up here.
We've had a good day.
It was a real pleasure for me to get to hunt the Tsessebe. It is a very unique animal and one that you don't see everywhere. Different to film in this house. It's beautiful. He will drink the beer. much above average. One of the interesting things about going on safari is the opportunity that comes along from time to time to travel and travel to different areas. Like I've gotten the chance to travel up here to the Northern Cape and hunt, and just happened to get to stay in this wonderful guest house that must be 200 years old. And as you see from some of our footage here, the furnishings and things here are absolutely amazing. They're true antiques. This is a destination in itself, and it's something I didn't even know I was coming to do. We're still hunting in the Northern Cape, continuing on here for a few days. We're looking for a common reedbuck now, and we've wound up in an area that's been completely devastated by wildfires. There's some areas that aren't burned, but a lot of it's like this here, so we're going to have to weave our way in and out some of this and see if we can locate some animals, because it's big fires in this country. So off we go. Thanks a lot, Fred.
Great stuff. Out in this burnt country makes it a bit challenging, but we managed to do it. Chased them for a long time.
A long time. Yeah, you'd think with no cover it'd be easy to get on them, but they hide, they still lay down, they get behind bushes, get in the thorn bush, and you can't see them. But yeah, this area has been burned, and
Decimated.
The place we were previously been burned, and all the grass has come back, and it's so beautiful. So this place, well, as soon as it rains, it's going to be really nice.
Grass waist height.
Yeah, the animals
Well
are going
done.
to be fat. Well,
Great
thanks, Fred.
shooting.
Thanks for all the hard work.
No problem. Proper common reedbuck. Old male.
Wow.
Well done.
Thanks a lot, Fred.
Nothing like hunting.
Oh. This common reedbuck is one of those animals that, for whatever reason, I just haven't ever had the opportunity to hunt. Just wasn't in the right place to hunt them on any of my many safaris here to Africa. And so, Fred, I appreciate you helping us make a plan and get out here and experiencing some extreme conditions with the wildfires in this area, but able to connect on a ram like that.
It's an absolutely spectacular, you won't find a better ram than that nowhere. Absolutely monster, beautiful shot, beautiful stalk, gave us a lot of a rundown. Like we were saying, you can see there's very limited foliage on these trees, but still these animals can hide away, and that's what hunting's all about. It's putting that hunt in. If it is easy, all the Democrats would do it, so well done again.
Thanks, Fred.
Great shooting and great fun.
Appreciate it. So we just happened to be hunting here right next door to John Hume's rhino farm, and you can see in the background some of the high security they have. And one of my biggest regrets of being in the film Trophy was not getting the chance to meet John in person. We had one event we were supposed to be at, but it didn't work out. So maybe one of these days.
that softly. There's two hard ones there.
As we have spoken about, we've got a big group of hunters here, and when I get towards the end of the safari and I've kind of finished up most of what I wanted to hunt, sometimes it's fun to go with some of the other clients and spend a day or two. And so we were hunting with Brandon yesterday in miserable weather looking for buffalo, glassing for buffalo all day, really working hard, and didn't find anything but one cow. They were just in the thick brush, but we were able to find a beautiful Inyala that was, really backed up in the brush, trying to stay out of the wind and the rain.
Alrighty, Brandon, you got a beautiful Nyala here in the rain. Beautiful thick bush. It doesn't get better than this. Tell us about the shot.
We were at about 130 meters. Beautiful, easy shot.
And you dropped him like a hot stone.
Yes.
A 300 Win Mag straight down. Beautiful old bull. You can see the neat thing about the Nyala is sometimes when they get to this age, you get those ivory tips.
Yeah.
And they've got this absolutely beautiful mane, neck hair, beautiful feet. And now we've got a good carry out here. We need to get him out this thick brush.
Oh yeah.
I hope you're ready for a gym session.
I'm ready.
Well done, Rory and Brandon.
Thank you.
Brandon.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well, but yeah, I was going to go to yeah.
So I was just starting to look for pictures. I was looking on the, see, I started making my list of all my mountains and what I'm going to do.
Of course you did. It was funny, I was like, oh, these rounds.
To your house this evening. Thank you for coming, and an extra very big thank you to Philip on behalf of all of us at Frontier Safaris. Thank you so much for putting always such wonderful people together. Your groups are the most amazing people that you always put together.
Well, I'd like to raise a toast to Barry and his family, and I'd like to say it's been amazing to get to know you, Barry, over the years. It's been amazing to learn about your family history and the things that go back hundreds of years, and that's a very endearing thing to me. I love those stories about your family, and this painting right here on the wall tells the story of the foundation of things here for the Birchall family. And so y'all need to know that I've hunted with a lot of other outfitters. I've hunted with other outfitters here in the Eastern Cape, and I've been to 5 countries in Africa. I think this is my 18th trip to Africa, and there's really no place like coming here and hunting with Barry and his family.
Tell us.
Cheese! Cheese! he is still hunting for buffalo, and so we're going to keep looking for buffalo and see what happens. We are in our last day here, but sometimes that last evening, some special things happen.
See those cactus. Okay, reload. Him again. He's there at those cactus. To the right, there he's coming out. Arms are safe.
Okay.
Perfect. There's the your first dangerous game.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, guys, Brandon had high aspirations to hunt his package and hunt some other things like a giraffe and Yala and some other things off the package. And then he said at the beginning he would like to, if he could just have a couple days at the end to be able to go for a buffalo. And I said, yeah, we can try that. But little did we know that it was going to come together on the last afternoon of day 10 here, and to have this whole team out here, PHs and trackers all working to spot these things in this jungle. It's so thick here. It's amazing that we were able to get a last afternoon buffalo. What could be more special than that? So congratulations, Brandon. Congratulations, Rory and Fred and everybody for pulling this thing off.
Well done. Okay, take a sip of your rum there.